Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Beer Reviews with Trenny and C. I'm Trenny, this is C. Today we have something extraordinary.
Yeah, so we've got a fun one here. We have the annual release of the Fuller's Vintage Ale, and there 'tis. This is the 2018 Vintage Ale. As you can see, it's bottled at 8.5% alcohol.
Woo, that's a big leap in
limited
alcohol.
edition, and I'm going to get right to the back of the box and start reading things here.
Do it.
So
Maybe pull out the beer, I'll pour it
Okay,
while
yeah.
you read.
There you go. Look at this. The presentation is just nice on this. Like, I gotta show this. Just the way they do everything with these Fullers. I mean, it should be nice because of what you pay for it, but
What do you pay for one of these?
I think it's around the $8 range for one beer. As you can see, the number on ours. They're all individually numbered.
This even comes with like a little booklet. Very cool.
That's right. There's some money that goes into the marketing and the the packaging.
I mean,
of
it's
this thing.
rare that you buy one bottle of beer that comes in its own box.
Mhm.
This is almost marketed like a single malt Scotch.
It
in a
is.
way,
It
you
truly is.
Like
And it says right here, for Vintage Ale 2018, we've stayed close to home. All of our ingredients have been sourced from the UK. Tropical, citrus, and apricot flavors take center stage, delivered by Ernest and Olacana hops. Pale ale malt from the finest Maris Otter barley combines with crystal malt to give the beer a rich biscuit sweetness. As with every vintage ale, the flavors of this beer will develop for many years to come, like a fine wine or whiskey. As the beer is bottle conditioned, a natural sediment will form. So pour carefully, sit back, and enjoy the very finest of Fuller's ales. So that is the interesting thing about these, is that they are supposedly at least designed to age.
age in the bottle. Yeah, it's funny because it said age like a fine wine or whiskey.
Mhm.
Yet whiskey does not age in the bottle.
That's right. Whiskey would only be aging in the barrel, but
But still,
I think there's
I see what they're trying to get.
people understand that.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway, so that's pretty cool. Do you want to get cracking on
Yeah,
that?
get cracking. Maybe read the back and.
The back of the box actually reads exactly the same as the back of the bottle.
Okay.
And the reason that I'm reading it so kind of like slowly and deliberately is because if you look, the font size is like -1 on this here.
How
So
this opener works ever. Like, how the hell do you do this thing? Like, it doesn't catch.
it's not that hard.
You just do it. I'm sick of this thing.
You just keep looking pretty.
That's what I'm here for. Yeah. For
it's
Unique Ale 2018, we've stayed close to the home. Yeah, okay. Does say the exact
It's
same
not
thing.
catching well on this one. I'm not gonna lie.
I hate that bottle opener.
I know it's.
We've got to get a new bottle opener here. Do you know what?
Here's our good bottle.
Here, give me that. I bet this
Oh,
Trenny
no.
and C
Challenge
collectible
coin.
challenge coin that you can buy for. You tell the people.
Well, let's see if it works first.
Well, it doubles as a bottle opener. Oh, it works beautifully.
Okay, you can get a Trenny and C challenge coin by going to PayPal.com and sending $13 to the recipient, TrennyandC@gmail.com.
And it doubles as a bottle opener.
That's right. Genius.
Okay. Here we
Okay.
go.
Into our
Ooh,
nice
look at
fancy
that. Look at
glasses.
that color.
Pour carefully, it said.
Trying to pour carefully.
For the love of. Okay, what's the booklet say here? The beer's passion fruit, grapefruit, and mango notes might be synonymous with the New World hops of America and Australia, but our 22nd vintage takes its tempting tropical flavors from the UK's own Olacana variety, a shining example of British hop breeding at its best. Lovely. There's a lot to read actually on this. There's quite a
Well,
bit.
I think one of the things is it costs about $8 for a beer, or a little bit more, and you're getting a little bit more with your beer, which is nice.
Here's the thing. It says something truly special. One of London's last remaining family brewers, Fuller's has been brewing beer beside the Thames since 1845, or did they call it the Thames?
The Thames.
The Thames. Since 1845, over the years, our quest for excellence has never relented, and in 1997, we set out to create something extra special for ale aficionados.
Ooh.
Vintage Ale is an annual limited edition brew celebrating the year's most notable ingredients or commemorating its most remarkable event. Each year, beer is unique for the last, yet all are crafted to mature over time. In short, Vintage Ale is the most special beer to leave the Griffin Brewery every year, and just like Fuller's, it will keep getting better with age. Gaboo.
Nice, very cool.
Let's drink this
Let's
shit.
try this. Okay, I'm gonna
Let's
have a
smell.
little sniffer. Oh, that's smelling quite nice.
It's a
It's
little
cool. It's-
bit of hoppy there, a little bit
A
citrusy,
little bit citrusy. There is also
a
a
maltiness.
sweet maltiness to it. It's it smells well balanced in the sense that it's not like an IPA at all or anything, but it's also not, like an old English malt liquor.
Malt liquor. And you
And,
can just kind of smell, like, I don't know how to say it, smell the carbonation a
You
little
can-
bit. too.
and you can smell the quality. There's some quality in there.
Hmm.
Very good. Well, you don't get drunk by sniffing the beer, so
That's right.
let's have a sip.
Bottoms up.
Ooh, the flavor is where you can tell the percentage of alcohol comes out.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of like sweet forward.
Yeah, it has a fruity kind of arrival, and then the hops kind of show up on the finish.
And it has that kind of like grainy maltiness going on as well.
Very much so. It's a little bit. Did they say apricot? Because there is some
I think
some
it did say
fruit
that.
notes in there, and I can't tell if it's like the citrus style hops, but it's not a hop forward beer. The
It said tropical citrus and apricot flavors.
There you go. So like the back of the palate, like the finish, is where you get more of the kind of the higher IBUs, the hops on there. But up front, it's quite sweet.
Mm-hmm.
If this gets better in the bottle as it gets aged, it's a pretty damn good beer.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, anytime you're in that kind of malty 8.5% range, you're going to kind of pull that sweetness in with you.
Mhm.
And it's often off-putting when you have a shitty beer going along with it.
Yeah, it's like a beer that's been masked by a lot of malts.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
And then-
just terrible usually.
Yeah, it's like those cheap beers are like heavily malted and heavily percentaged alcohol and just really sweet.
And just there for like the person that has like $5 to get drunk.
Yeah.
Where this is definitely, you can tell there is quality and craftsmanship and some care taken into making these beers. It's, for me, not personally like my favorite style.
Flavor profile, yeah.
Flavor profile or whatever, but it's still, there's care taken and it tastes better than just your average malted beer. I don't know.
So, yeah, your malt. So the difference between this and like a malt liquor is, like you said, in the craftsmanship. Like, if you think about like the edges on this one, it has very soft, mild edges.
Yeah.
You're not getting hit with any of like those bitter, bitey, tardy kind of like off-putting, aggressive flavors.
For sure.
It does have that malty sweetness, but it doesn't have the harshness of like the same beer done cheaply.
Yeah. I think the thing that comes to mind, the word is like it's balanced.
Mm-hmm.
There's no. Okay, yes, it is a higher level of malt flavor, but it's not off-putting like some of those others.
So that's just the thing, is that, you know, it kind of sounds like we're talking our way out of this, or I don't know how you would think, but I feel like we're speaking almost negatively about it, but it's done pretty well.
Well, let's put it this way. You bought one of these
In 2016.
in 2016. So this is the 2016 vintage.
Yeah.
And then the 2018. So these are like very much designed to be heavily collectible.
Yeah.
So you could buy, 2 of each or whatever,
Sure.
and then keep them. Or even they're priced well enough that you could buy a handful of them and then try one that
Every few years or
every
something.
few years and compare it. Because apparently they age better in the bottle. Right?
I was kind of thinking about buying another one and just leaving it. We could review it in a year or two.
Yeah,
or,
exactly.
You know what these boxes remind me of?
Hmm.
You can pull it down from there. It's right there. Redbreast cast strength 12-year-old. And maybe that's the appeal.
Look
Turn
at
it
it's
the other way.
almost
Turn it the other way.
Oh yeah, almost
There you go.
exactly the same. That's
I mean, I
hilarious.
still would rather have the Redbreast cast strength 12-year-old,
Yes,
but
absolutely.
this vintage ale's pretty good too.
Damn good stuff.
Maybe that's
The
why I
Redbreast
keep buying it.
Yeah, maybe it reminds you of the long
of the
last
good
long
times,
of,
yeah.
the Redbreast 12.
But no, it's good stuff.
It's
So
good stuff. Okay.
we have a scale here at Trendy NC, and that's: do you recommend buying none, buying one, or buying a ton?
So I think I gave my answer already in the sense that, okay, I'm not personally going to drink a ton.
Right.
But I might buy a ton for the pure fact of the experimentation and the beer lover in me to have a couple of these on the shelf to compare
I
to
like
the
that
new
idea.
versions, right? So I'd say buy a ton.
I like that idea. But I'm gonna
Buy
say
a couple.
But I'm gonna say buy one.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm gonna say buy one because I don't think that this flavor is for the masses.
No.
I think that a lot of people are gonna be like, yeah, I don't really like, sweet malty kind
Yeah.
of beer.
Well,
you
for
know?
people that like lagers or like Miller High Life or like things like that, this has like
This
way,
has
too,
way
much
too much flavor for them, yeah.
yeah.
And too much alcohol.
Yeah.
This is a 2-for-1 on the alcohol.
And it's kind of expensive in a way.
Yeah, true.
For one beer.
Yeah, you can buy a
Because-
6-pack of Miller High Life for one
for
of these
for
beers.
like $3.50.
Yeah. And so I'm
Like a
gonna
pack
stick
of
with
smokes.
buy one, but prepare to be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
The quality's there.
yeah,
That's what we're saying.
just like our
Maybe
channel,
not our favorite style of beer, but it's quality's there.
just like our channel, the quality's there. It might not be your favorite style, but
Exactly.
subscribe.
We
Anyway.
may not be for you, but
Yeah.
you can see how people appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Okay.
hey,
Cheers.
cheers. And we release a new video every Tuesday. So as we like to say here at Trenny NC, see you next Tuesday.